Boy, that one really felt good. That was the game we've been looking for, style-wise, fit-wise with offense and defense. Both sides of the ball played great tonight. Really fired up to see us run the football like that. Obviously, you guys all saw it, and Thomas got a bunch of yards, but the guys up front did a fantastic job, starting with Britt, and working on out. Everybody. Tight ends contributed. Marcel contributed to it, fullback, and it was just a terrific night to see us run the football. Defensively, to hold those guys from not getting a touchdown is really big time here at this time of year in playoff football, and that's a terrific group of guys they have over there. We have great respect for the quarterback and their guys, so that was just a fantastic night. So really fired up about it.
Pete, you mentioned wanting to get Thomas Rawls a lot of carries this week. Did you sense that this kind of game, this kind of running game was coming?
Yeah, I really had a sense that it was going to happen. I didn't. No, I've been telling you that's the game we were looking for. That's what we were looking for a couple weeks ago, and we just haven't been able to get him enough opportunities. You can see what happens as soon as he gets going, he gets feeling it. It looks exactly like the guy that we saw last year, and they just had a hard time getting rolling for a number of whatever reasons. Doesn't matter now. But the cool thing is that the way it fit together, and really fired up for the guys up front. They've had a lot of garbage come their way, a lot of talk about them, and they're really pumped up about what they did today.
Seeing the gaps that Thomas had to run through, were there any adjustments or different types of techniques that were just kind of?
No, not really. It was a really good plan by Bev and Tom. They had a sense that it was going to happen like that, and they did talk about that all week long, and I thought it just worked out great.
And in the second half, some more vertical passing. How much of that was set up by that?
Yeah, there's no question. We wanted to we had run the ball and sent a pretty good message that we were able to do that, and hoped that we could get the play action stuff going a little more so in the second half, and really what it amounted to is a really good fourth quarter and a little bit. Yeah, it was really a great finish for us.
The decision to go for it on the fourth down on the drive that ended with the great Richardson catch, what kind of went into this decision?
What went into that decision?
Yes.
Really, I had a feeling that we're playing OKMD, and just wanted to go for it. That's all. Just wanted to go for it. It was an opportunity to do that, and we had looked like we were, doing things right, and just felt like we would be able to pull it off.
Paul, I mean, three spectacular catches for a guy that's kind of stepping into a bigger role.
Really great play. The receivers across the board played great. They did all kinds of things, and terrific catches by Paul, of course. The one-hander and the one he came up for and the back shoulder throw, great throw by Russ, and of course Doug's plays too. They were incredible plays tonight, so it was awesome. Jimmy fit in real nice, had a couple big plays for us. So it was a big night for the catchers.
Did Doug tuck you into the challenge there?
He came back saying, I caught that ball, and there's been a couple times over the years when I have not gone with that. I mean, you couldn't see anything on other times, and he was right. And so I could not tell if he caught the ball. I gave that one all to Doug. But I'm not telling him I'm going to do it next time, though. Just this time he did it.
He was on drive. First touchdown drive, you guys ran it 8 times in a row and 11 out of 14. Was that your?
You felt that's too conservative, Art?
It seemed to work. Was that?
Yeah, Bev's just feeling it. He was going with the guys. He really was playing off of the way we were coming off the football, and he loves to run the football, and when we've been doing it for years around here, so he just latched onto it and went for it and put it on those guys, and they were doing a great job.
Is that as well as the offensive line has run block this season?
Yes.
Did you feel like you were getting a lot of the success in the running game, in nickel type situations, spread them out?
We did all kinds of stuff tonight. Yeah, we did. I mean, we ran with extra tight ends and everything. Everything we did was okay tonight. That's part of the way we run.
How much does blocking downhill straight at him like you did tonight help the offensive line?
We didn't do anything different tonight. Okay, I know you think we changed the whole game plan, we changed schemes. No, we didn't. We just did really well tonight, and the guys were on it. I'm hoping. I've been in support of these guys for quite some time now. Really, the second half of the season, we had a couple games that weren't the way we wanted, but really, you go back and look at some of these numbers here for the last, maybe 6 out of the last 9 games or something like that. There's been a lot of runs, and we've been making some yards, and Russell's contributed to that as well. These guys have been coming on. Last week, I thought was our best pass protection week. Really, they pass protected very well tonight. The reason we got sacked a couple times tonight, we just couldn't get the ball out, and Russ, couldn't get the guy he needed to get open. They did a couple nice things in coverage, but I thought the pass protection was good again, and these guys are growing up. They've been working at it. They've been battling all year long, and they're kind of tired of hearing it, and so they're feeling pretty good about it.
How have you seen Paul step up the last few weeks
Tyler went
Well,
down.
we have not missed a beat. He has not had the opportunities early in the year. It's hard to get 5 guys in the rotation, and Tyler had a fantastic season for us. But as soon as he got his opportunity, he has just jumped at it, and he's been spectacular. And, it's a guy we hoped he would be when, we picked him a while back. He's really done a ton of good things. He just hasn't had as many chances, and now that he's getting them, we couldn't be more excited about continuing to include him in the plans.
Sean on third down a few times, he had some pass breakups.
Oh, yeah, a couple of great breakups. All night long, our coverage was really good. The guys were aggressive all night long and went for it. A bunch of third down wins. I think it was under 20% again, So that's a really big deal to be hot right now on third down on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, we got 3 or 4 weeks in a row when we've really been hitting it, and Chris is doing a great job calling it, and the guys are really playing the scheme right and aggressively and taking advantage of it.
To what extent do you think you achieved your goal on defense of keeping Stafford in the pocket and not letting him extend plays and run for,
I didn't have that goal. I don't know where you got that.
Doug had 11 catches tonight, just a touchdown. The guys have just expected from him at this point with those kind of performances.
Well, he's going to catch most everything you throw at him. He had a great night. He had a lot of plays, on the perimeter that we wanted to try to control the way they were deploying their guys, and they didn't amount to much, but he had enough big plays. A great throw and catch on the corner route on the play pass from Russ, and Doug staying in bounds. It was phenomenal field position shift and all of that. It was a huge play, and then he comes back and has a couple more plays in that drive too. It was just a fantastic play.
The movie put on Tavon Young on that corner route, you see that over and over from him. Is he the best receiver you've ever had at getting away from coverage with one simple
He's the
cut?
quickest guy I've ever coached. I mean, I've never seen anybody that can change direction so abruptly with such body control and all that. At the line of scrimmage and downfield, he's a phenomenal. He's got phenomenal quickness.
Does he know what your main one?
Level, Thomas Rawls to come back from all the injuries he's had and put up that performance.
Yeah, I think I'm thrilled that we've been patiently waiting for the opportunity for it to really pop up, and it really finally did. This is when it matters, we are fortunate to be as healthy as we are right now. Thomas too. Thomas is healthy. Now he got beat down a little bit tonight, but we have a chance to really put our formula together the way we want to, and I'm hoping that this was a great indication of that. Thomas is right in the middle of all that, and that's not to take anything away from Alex. Alex hit it up in there really nice tonight, but that's Thomas Rawls tonight. That's the guy that we fell in love with last year and have not seen a lot of. It just hasn't happened, but who cares? It doesn't matter then. We got a game this next week, and we're still playing, so we'll see him again this week.
To what extent does he complete your team's personality, philosophy, everything?
Should I tell him the same old thing? No, I didn't do that. Yeah, he just does. Yeah, he just does. I don't want to go into that. Glenn told me to stop doing that.
Jimmy Graham when he went out?
You guys tell him what it is about closing the circle, okay? What's that?
Jimmy Graham when he took that big hit in the first half, what happened to him?
It was just a heck of a hit, and I think the officials were on it as far as the level of the hit. It knocked the wind out of him was all it was, but it was it was within question, and so we were challenging. We were just protecting our guy. It looked like he got hit in the head, but I don't think he did. I think the officials hit it right.
Frank Clark banged up a little bit there at the end.
No, he just had a little personal area there. He got hammered in, and he's fine. And I was going to say he got hit in the cods, but nobody knew what that means. So,
Alex Collins, was he okay? Or
yeah, he's fine.
any other injuries?
We got to see about Marcel. Marcel might have banged his foot up a little bit tonight. That's the only guy we're really reporting right now.
Pete, how do you feel now going into Atlanta after this win?
Well, I'm it doesn't matter where we go. We don't care who we play or where it is and any of that. We're of that mindset. They're an incredible team, and I love the job that Danny's done and all that. They're loaded on offense. They got an aggressive group, really good on teams, tons of playmakers, so it's going to be a really difficult challenge, and of course playing there is always hard, but it wouldn't matter. I don't care who we play. It doesn't matter when we play them or where we play them, and happens to be Atlanta, and we got a lot of work to do.
Hey, what do you see with Stephen Hauschka out there? Another missed extra point. Is there something mechanically you're seeing, or?
I just think he's got to just believe in his rhythm. I think there's a little leg swing thing that he's messing with at times, and he kicked the ball great otherwise.
What about Thomas Rawls' game do you most fall in love with?
Well, I fell in love with Thomas Rawls because he's so tough a long time ago, right, when I first saw him in college and watched the film. And I didn't know if it would translate to our game or not. I didn't know. We were fortunate to get him hooked up way back when. And as soon as, and even in preseason a year ago, we didn't know. He hadn't seen enough of him. But once he got the shot and he was really the starter, he just took off. And he was the guy you saw tonight. And, man, we fell in love with him immediately. we love the style so much, and his aggressiveness and his attitude about running the football is exactly what we want to stand for. And so it's been difficult this season, for him, of course, because he broke his leg in a different place, game 2. So it's been a horrible season for him, and because he had so much he wanted to do, and his expectations were so high. But all of that doesn't matter anymore. Now it's time to keep going, and I'm really thrilled for him. He needs to feel this and feel the support and the love and really the success, so that he can feel himself. And so tonight, I think, was a great step in that direction.
Given Baldwin's ability to intercept passes in the red zone, you consider moving him to DB?
I don't know about that. He can do a little bit of anything. If he wants to play a little nickel, we might have to give him some work.
You guys have had some circus catches in the playoffs. Where does Paul Richardson's rank?
I need to see it better. I mean, that was crazy because it looked like did he pin it on the guy? It was one of those. I really, one-handed, I didn't see enough of it. I don't know. Matter of fact, I didn't think he caught it. And I was wondering why Doug was running down the sideline so fast. And I said, what the heck happened, because I thought I was looking for the PI, which we were getting. So I was resigned to that. And I was thinking, Doug lost his mind. I thought he was going after the official or something like that. He was running down to celebrate with Paul. And not until I saw it later, I didn't even catch it. So it was a bad job by the coach, to tell you the truth.
Anything else?
All right, see you guys.